come? I cannot connect now. Okay, good. So we have some people connected already. We'll start the meeting in 28 minutes.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to them.
Okay.
Hello. Share. Media now chat. Okay, and we're back. Okay. Okay, now I go get my tea quickly. I should slide over like this a little bit. And then, I don't know about my camera. While we're waiting, I just have to look up some information on Android programming. So don't get confused. We are not doing that during the FIRA meeting. Okay, yep, I can hear somebody. Ah, Christine is there. Good. We still have a little bit of time.
Hello, Chicky.
Yeah, Goyang, I can hear you.
You?
Yeah. Can you see the stream too?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, we just wait a couple of minutes, 10 minutes, then we'll start. Or 15 minutes, then we'll start. Today our lab was shut down. We have a second case of coronavirus at NTNU. And that's why our lab now is shut down.
再讲话，再回进去。
Guys, please mute your microphones.
여보세요? 네. 네.
Hopefully, I think I can mute people.
이상한 거 같아.
For now, at least.
آقای صبوری
Guys,
سلام
can you
میکروفونتون رو
speak
میوت کنید.
English?
Say again.
走开。
子龙走开。
不要出来。delay until 2021.
Mr. Ho, please.
Oh, I think I can do this too. So
Thanks.
Jackie Bald said please mute your microphones if you are not speaking or there is noise in the background.
Oh no. It just upgraded. Oh, my stream died for some reason. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we won't be doing that anymore. MC, did MC join already? No, not the voice chat anyway. So I will keep minutes of the meeting in Google Doc. URL is this. So you can access this as well to follow along. 17. 18 and here, and let me check the announcements. Okay. Okay.
Dengar apa-apa tak dia? Dia ada tengah cakap apa-apa?
Okay. Trin, I will have to mute your microphone. And who else? Speaking now. Okay. I don't know where that comes from.
Hello.
Hai.
Hai.
Hai. Ada makanan sihat tak?
Ya.
Okey. Ganggu Ganggu ke?
I tengah buat kerja. Urgent ke? Can I call you a few minutes kalau tak urgent?
Can. Bye.
Okay, bye.
So who is this?
Sign in.
Oh. No.
Okay.
Okay, good. Then let's get started. I cannot see anybody here anymore. So whoever is sending right now, please turn off your microphone. Yes, good. Thank you. So welcome everybody to the FIRA 2020 Town Hall. This is also a social distancing edition. As you can see, I'm just at home. We had a second case of coronavirus at the National Taiwan Normal University.
So
my university
is now shut too.
Okay. I'll have to mute here. Okay. So of course I'm all very glad that you managed to make it to this meeting. We have quite a bit of stuff to discuss. I will start out, and then we're also happy to see or to have the entire FIRA headquarter here. Christine Kim is online, Professor Du, his ID is KYTU, is online, Sarush S. Sadegnigat is here, and the first announcement that I'm forced to make is that we will have to delay FIRA 2020 until the plan at the moment is until August 2021. That was not an easy decision for us to take, but as you've been probably following the coronavirus pandemic worldwide, it became increasingly clear that even though there's a lot of uncertainty, we don't know when the situation will have normalized, when people will be able to buy air tickets or travel to other countries again. Because of that, it is also a situation where we want people, all of you, to stay safe and not take unnecessary risks. If you had to planning on going to Brazil in August, then you would have to start looking at flights now and hotels and things like that. And it's just impossible to predict all of that. So FIRA 2020 will be held in August 2021. And I want to especially thank the Brazilian local organizing committee, who have been very supportive during all of these discussions. So we're very lucky to have a very strong and very flexible FIRA chapter in Brazil. But of course, I felt sentimental after the last year's banquet, and FIRA is always a fun time for people to get together. If this is because of the pandemic not possible this year, I was thinking about trying to come up something which still shows our community spirit, and that we can also make a contribution as hardworking roboticists, even in this particular crisis. So for FIRA 2020, I came up with this idea of the Social Distancing Edition, a FIRA competition where we can still have a joint experience as a community, where we can celebrate our passion and achievements. And so what I came up with is to have a robot competition via the internet, where teams from all over the world can teleoperate a robot based in one of several labs. So exactly which labs we can discuss a little bit later, but for example, my lab at NTNU, we're shut down now for 2 weeks, but hopefully we'll be back up and running in due course to prepare for this. So for teleoperation, what we mean is that the robot will send video and sensor data, and the competitors will implement the processing necessary to control the robot. After their processing, they can send commands to the robot back via the internet. So to give you an idea what that would look like, here's some video that we took with our middle-sized humanoid robot walking through the lab. And basically your application would receive a video stream in this case, and your job would be to solve a particular task by sending commands such as forward, turn left, turn right, backwards. And if you've never been to NTNU, this is actually my lab. So this is of course very different from what we usually do with our robots when we try to have them fully autonomous. However, I chose this particular format this year because if we send video data and then expect teams to implement a fully autonomous robot or to tune a fully autonomous robot, I don't think it will work very well. Furthermore, there would be no way to ensure that the robot actually runs fully autonomous if the application runs on the competitor's computer somewhere over the internet. I also think that this is actually a very interesting research problem. As you can see, the data, the vision data is hard to interpret sometimes, even for humans. So to have a human in the loop, to have these virtual presence robots or avatars is actually not a trivial problem. So I think it's of interest to the robot community as well. So the leaks that we have, that we would like to propose to have an event in, and I've already discussed it with some people. So there will be two events are planned. One is a small humanoid robot, such as the one you've seen the video of just now. The second one is a teleoperated robot arm that will be hosted by Professor Du at NKUST in Kaohsiung. We also trying to get a car-like robot system and a drone. Now, obviously this year, FIRA will be quite a bit smaller than usual, I assume, as far as the number of competitions that we can hold, simply because we don't have as much support locally available at these individual labs. Like usually when we come to one event, then I can count on the various chairs and co-chairs to run the competition. But if we're now doing it at one lab, then the chairs cannot actually go there because of travel restrictions. Then this becomes very complex. So the other events that we have planned or that I'm not sure about, that we'll see in the next couple of days exactly what we want to do for the RoboSOT, the AndroSOT, SimUroSOT leak. SimUroSOT, of course, has the advantage of being a simulation leak. So for them, it should be the easiest to move to an internet scenario. They can just run their standard competition. And for the challenge league, Surush and Arya have informed me that they are planning on running, or they have kindly offered to host the FIRA Innovation and Business competition in Iran, in the center there then. So this list is not complete. If you have a good proposal, then let me know, and we will see if we can organize it. Deadline for submission of proposals would be mid-May. Now, all these challenges, usually we have sport and challenge events and industrial events, but given these extreme circumstances, the task domain will be robots helping fight the coronavirus pandemic. So for example, with our humanoid robot, the task may be to deliver medicine to a patient, hosted in a simulated patient, of course, in NTNU. So that's the first set of announcements that I wanted to make. Are there any questions or comments about the teleoperation? Before, lots of people were talking. Now nobody's talking. Let me see. I can unmute them. Okay. Professor Du has just uploaded a proposal for teleoperation robot arm. So you can have a look at that as well. Okay, the second event that we have planned for FIRA 2020, social distancing, is the scavenger hunt. The idea is, or what I've started to do, is to have a distributed problem-solving challenge. So if I already asked several roboticists, some of my colleagues and friends, to take a short video that they will send to me, then we will post it on the FIRA website, and then they will give a short introduction to their robots if they have access to their robots, or they may talk about how they're coping with a pandemic, or they may talk about the how they think robots would be best used in such an environment, how robots can help people that are in quarantine. So during that video, there will be a hint for the next question that the students are supposed to answer. So basically by watching the video, you will get a you will find out the secret password to open a URL which will give you the next question. Then students will have the next question, then must write a program or somehow solve the question. So for example, one of the possible questions would be that the following is the genome sequence for a virus: 1, 2, 12, 98, a bunch, long list, very long list of random numbers. And then you have to write a program that will return the index, the position of the a sequence, 9834, for example. How often does that occur, or where does it occur? Once you know that answer, you can put that together and enter it and then you will get the link to the next video. Then you watch that video. You can again get a hint for the next question, so on and so forth. So you have to basically follow along on the internet solving various problems in order to come up with the final solution then, or the final question. So that's what I have here. Solution to the question leads you to the next video. I'm planning on having about 10 to 20 questions. So right now I've already contacted several people with that have kindly agreed to take videos for us. And lastly, we're planning on a set of tutorial sessions They should last about 1 hour in duration, and they can teach some robotics problem. And what I would like to do is, the first one that I've thought of was the construction of a tensegrity structure using cardboard. So students can do that at home using materials that are readily available at home. If you have any other ideas for tutorials, then again, send them to us, and we will then include them in our calendar. Again, the deadline for proposals will be mid-June. Mid of May. Okay, now since this is a very unusual FIRA that we're planning there, everything is going to be organized via the internet. And since these are really trying times for many people, a lot of people not only have a great risk to their health, but they also are facing financial problems. I decided that for this particular edition, there will be no registration fee. Instead, participants must show proof of having donated $20 to some local charity. So that could be any charity of your choice. And I actually forgot one other thing. At the same time, we also want to start something that will be an annual event. We want to start having a photo competition for the best FIRA picture. This year, I guess it will be rather unusual, but it would also be interesting to see the homes of the various FIRA participants and how they're coping with quarantine and lockdown and the various challenges that we're all facing nowadays. So for the photo competition, it will be a standard setup where we will have a set of a jury that will look at the submissions and then pick the best one. We may have several categories that hasn't been decided yet. But the idea is to capture some of this spirit and energy of the FIRA participants in the moment. Okay, so this is what I have so far for FIRA 2020. I'm now open for questions or comments. Have a look at this. Okay, we also have a proposal by Mikhail, the FIRA Russia chapter. They would like to organize a competition for sorting of garbage or waste. I will send you the link to the proposal. And we also have, oh, he already sent it, yes. Then I can delete my message, I think. Okay. And Arya sent his information for the FIRA Innovation and Business virtual competition. I saw those slides, so I will go through quickly. Cannot. So if you've seen the FIRA and Innovation and Business competition, the business competition last year, we already ran it as a very successful demo event at FIRA 2019 in Changwon. Here are some pictures from the event, I believe, in Iran during April of 2019. So students can propose various robot designs and ideas, sometimes not implementing a completely working system, and then the various countries will select the top teams, then the top teams will go on to the next level. The teams selected by the judges will then move on to the final stage. So this competition is also well suited, I think, to an online version, because teams can submit their videos to the judges, and judges can then judge the videos via the internet. So I think that will work quite well. And we also have Professor Du's description for the teleoperating robot. So I will add the proposal for Echo Robot 2020. And thank you, Mikhail, for submitting it. So here are pictures from the competition in Taiwan, the Taiwan humanoid competition, where Professor Du already ran the teleoperated robot arm event for 2 years. In this case, You can see the students are on site, but they cannot see the robot. Here's the robot setup. It's a very simple robot arm, and the task is a pick and place challenge. One thing that I forgot to mention is that those two events here, the small humanoid and the teleoperated robot arm competition, we will have a test run during the Taiwan humanoid competition, which was originally scheduled for May 2020, but I think talking to Kuo Yang just yesterday, 2 days ago, I think it'll probably be delayed until June or July. And then it will also be an online event. But the advantage of this is it gives us a possibility to test the system and have it well prepared for August then. Okay. Good. Then the last point that I wanted to discuss is the organization of smaller local competitions. We encourage various FIRA chapters to do that if it's possible. Particularly our larger chapters. I just have to mute a couple of people. So I think Iran is trying to organize an event in November, December. Not sure what we will do. In Taiwan, we don't have any specific plans yet, but there may still be a much smaller event on the local level. If you do that, then please let us know and we will advertise the events for you. And we hope that it will be possible to at least hold a smaller event in November, December. But right now, really nobody knows. It's a very volatile environment at the moment, a very volatile situation. So I just want to encourage you all to take care of your family and your friends' health. Stay at home as much as possible, because that seems to be the social distancing seems to be the only way to slow down the spread of the coronavirus. So that was all that I had prepared for today. Now I just wanted to see if Kuo Yang maybe can talk a little bit about the robot arm competition, and Surush, if he could say, or Arya, if they could talk about the innovation and business competition for a couple of minutes. I think that would be nice. People would like to hear about that. Hello?
Hello, dear Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Arya.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hello, friends. I hope you are well wherever you are in the world. I'm Arya Saburi, chair of FIRA Innovation and Business. We suggest holding this league online. This league and its role have a lot of potential to measure people's creativity and ideas, and we think it can be done online. In the first, the committee, I suggest the committee of each country should call the interested parties to participate in this league. After that, the domestic competition of each country held online. The teams will explain their achievements by sending photos, a 3-minute short video of themselves, and a 2-page business plan. I suggest that the competition be held in 2 parts, presenting the idea and also making a sample. That is, if a group doesn't have a structure, it can participate in the competition with the idea in the top idea section. If necessary, the committee of each conduct interviews with some group to select the best team online and introduce the best result and team to FIRA. For example, first to third or first to fifth team of each country at 3 level, U19, U14, and Pro. In the next step, the selected referee from FIRA, who can include a referee from any country, will judge these top teams again, and if necessary, conduct an online interview with them during meeting with all referees. The selected individuals will be invited to the online seminar of FIRA for the final stage of the competition and will present their ideas or creation in 5 minutes under a suitable platform with the presence of interested spectators, and thus the top member of this league will be determined. These items can be published on all stages on FIRA social network, and by inviting people to vote, teams can be selected by the people and at each stage. For online interview in each country, for example, to hold online meeting with Skype, for the final competition, for example, under Instagram Live or under any platform, with the help of Adobe Connect, the teams can compete and give a 5-minute speech. Of course, at this stage, this solution came to my mind, but we are waiting to hear your valuable comments. It is possible that under the various online distribution site and platform, there will be the ability to do the final part, which can be researched, and the suggestion of friends will be welcome. Thank you, dear Jake, and
Okay.
dear friends.
Yes. Thank you, Arya. Okay, now Professor Du, he just sent a message saying that FIRA Taiwan is now being scheduled on the 11th, 12th of July. So I updated that in the minutes here. So this will give us a test run for the online competitions. And then Surush, have any more comments? No. Christine? Okay. The dates of the competition, yes, I forgot to mention that. My plan was to hold it during the originally planned times for FIRA. So it's scheduled for 8th to 16th August 2020. I think we need a couple of days to just organize the event. Also for the competitions, it's clear that the robots will need to be maintained. So if we have a lot of participants that want to drive our humanoid robot, then we need to charge the batteries and things like that. So we can only have one team via the internet for maybe 30 minutes, then we need to have a 30-minute break, then we can run for another 30 minutes. So depending on how many participants we have, let me check. So during that time period, maybe we'll start on the 10th and go to the 16th. Now I haven't heard, I've also been thinking about an event for youth. I hope that we can get a proposal. Maybe Trao has some ideas for running a teleoperated cliffhanger competition or line tracker competition that students could take part in. But I think there will probably be something arranged for that, but there are no proposals at this stage. But right now, I mean, not only do we need to approve the proposals, we also need to work out the rules and methods of scoring for each one of the competitions that we have proposed. Yes, so we will post a call for participation for each one of the leagues starting in May. And then the deadline for submission of proposals with the rules would be mid-May. So mid-May is when we will post all the call for participation as well. And yes, Christine is just typing about the scavenger hunt. Yes, the scavenger hunt I think could be fun for everybody, but it's mainly targeted at youth participants. So that is correct. So this is not restricted to, but one of the competition where we set the level in such a way that we think FIRA youth teams can solve these problems, these challenges. Okay, any other comments? The idea, of course, with donating to the local charities, that it would be very nice if we could make a big announcement about the amount of money that was donated by the FIRA community to show their community spirit. However, I think it's a lot easier for you to figure out what are the most pressing needs in your community, in your society, and to contact them directly and give them the money directly. So I think this is a nice way of dealing with the issue of registration fees this year. There will be some expenses, obviously, for running the competition, but we will use other funds in order to cover that for this year. Okay, Zhao just sent a message that there's a simulation that they have a FIRA youth competition simulation. So that would be very nice, I think, if we could add that to the schedule. Because right now I think we have a nice, interesting program. In my view, we have a nice, interesting program. And of course, actually, maybe this year it's not such a big problem because teleoperation can also be done by the youth teams. There's actually no reason why they couldn't. They could, in the simplest case, for this problem, you need to have a program where you can press forward, left, right, in order to make the robot move. So then maybe some of the youth teams are better gamers, better at playing computer games than our university students. They may actually be able to do quite well in this scenario. And actually, if Mikhail is there, could you talk some more about the Echo Robo competition? Mikhail?
Yes, I think I can talk more about this competition. I think that it's a big problem of waste in the world, and as you can see in this document on the Google Disk, we want to sort with robots some of waste, such as gloves, and it's a real industrial task, and we think that this competition will be very interesting to some industrial parks and maybe robotics companies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I think we built such robot with robotics server. I think we in November and December 2020, I think we can create some competition, locally competition, in Russia, and maybe some other countries can invite this competition online.
But the schedule is August for us. Like FIRA 2020 will still take place in August. So December would be too late to have it in FIRA then.
Oh, I think in August.
August will be online only competition. In December,
Okay.
if possible, we may have local real robot competition.
Okay, I think we can create this robot and show this robot in August. Maybe some teams will invite and can create these robots too.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Mikhail. Okay. And Amir Ali, the chair for the FIRA air competition, he just said that they will also submit a proposal by mid-May. And if I understand Mikhail correctly, then August will be online competition, maybe a real robot event in December.
Yes, and local event in December.
Correct, yes. Maybe real robot local event in December, yes. I got a question about qualifications. We will submit the call for proposals by beginning of June. Then end of June will be the registration deadline. For that, you have to submit the qualification material. That depends on the league. We already heard for the innovation and business competition, you must submit a video and a 2-page description paper of your team. That is pretty much standard for all the FIRA leagues. So I assume that this will be very similar between the leagues. So you will, in order to qualify, you must submit a video and a short write-up of your team describing what you're planning to show or what you can do. So qualification will be at the end of June. Video and short write-up about your team. And yes, that will usually be submitted to the FIRA website. But the exact specifications you will hear from the chairs. So if you are interested in a particular competition or taking part in the tutorial sessions or the scavenger hunt, then I suggest that you contact the chair for this competition and they will tell you in detail what you have to do in order to qualify. I'm also trying to set it up sorry, with a little bit of a geographical spread. So if we can run some events in Iran and some events in Taiwan and some events in Canada, then I think that would be very nice. And some events in Europe, in Russia, then I think that would be very good. Yes. Okay. Any other questions? I think that was very fruitful meeting. We got some more ideas. We got some more people working on proposals for August. So I think, in spite of the fact that the circumstances are very unusual, hopefully, I think it will be an interesting event and an experience for students, nevertheless. Okay. Then for the people that have had problems with their video or the audio, there's also a Twitch stream. So if you want to rewatch the meeting, then I think, I'm not sure how long they keep the stream open, but I think it's a day or two or something like that. I've never actually used Twitch before, so but I think given the current situation, we will have to use these online tools a lot more than we expected. So now let me check if Guoyang is there again. Guoyang? No, his microphone is unmuted, but I cannot hear him. Can anybody else hear Professor Du? Is it just me or everybody? Okay. Okay, no, so it's not just me then. Okay, good. Also, I think there's of course many different options that we can choose for doing online communication. Right now, I've set up this FIRA Discord server, which, given the number of people that we have, seems to be doing quite a nice job. It also has the advantage that it's easy to program a bot for me to help me in managing the server. So now there's the general welcome announcements channel. Once there, you can go into FIRA Town Hall, and you can also, then there's a special group for FIRA headquarter, which would be Christine, myself, and the vice presidents of FIRA, and FIRA chairs. So if you are a chair of an event, then please let me know and I will add you to the FIRA chairs group. You can then use that to organize discussion if you want to. And there's also a group for FIRA chapter heads. I saw Anthony here from the Philippines, so I will add him to the chapter heads. And one disadvantage of Discord is that people can use any name, so I really don't know for some of the people that joined us. So otherwise I would add you to the correct group myself, but that way you have to send me a message so that I actually know who you are, and so that I can actually add you to the correct group. Okay, good. Then pretty much exactly 1 hour. Thank you very much for taking part in this town hall. We will, depending on need, we may. Well, now he's deafened too. Depending on need, we may hold another town hall before August, another online event to get people up to speed on what the current plans are. But now we can hear Koyang.
Okay, you can hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Oh.
Okay, so
Finally,
just talk
turn
a
on
couple of
my
minutes
microphone.
about
Okay.
the robot arm competition.
Okay, I would like to an introduction to use about robot arm competitions. We organized these competitions about 2 years ago. That is because we have a project from the Taiwan nuclear power plants, and because they want to shut down the power plant. So we have this competition to simulate how to move the fuel rods from the nuclear reaction machines. And especially from this year, we got a new funding to develop robot arms. And we are very happy if we can extend this competitions for international competitions. And so basically, I show the photo to use the file. I have two photos. The first photo is on the operator side, and the computer only see the screen receives images from 3 cameras inside the brake bus, and the other photo is the inside of the bus. So the computer need to move the battery. The battery is simulated as the fuel rod, and to put the battery from one side to the other side. Sure, we translated this word in English in recently, and I will prepared some videos about in during the Taiwan competitions, and hopefully all can join this interesting competitions.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello. Thanks,
Okay.
Koyang. Yes, very good.
Yeah.
I showed the pictures on the stream while you were talking. I knew which pictures you wanted to show. So we already have definitely 2 events and several others in preparation. So I think it will be a very nice and interesting, if very different, FIRA 2020 Social Distancing Edition. So thank you all for listening to us, and if there are no further questions, then I will close this meeting. Okay, and again, thank you very much for your support of FIRA, and wish you and your family the best of health. I hope that we all can get together again in the not too distant future. So bye bye.
Bye. Hopefully, we can see you on August in international online competition.
Yes. Okay, who's still online?